Harry Kane or Harry Kane? 20 plus goals for the Tottenham Hotspur frontman. Is he world class or not? We discuss that today on Football Wahala. I'm your host, Noise the Voice. We are at Bush Flavors, a very nice place for you to enjoy your delicious grilled chicken and grilled fish and all sorts of delicious delicacies. And this is at 20 Adetolo Street, Aguda Surulere. So we're back here, Football Wahala. You know what we do regularly: discuss football and the madness and the crazies, everything about football. And today we're discussing Harry Kane. You know, the man who has been, taking the top scorer in the Premiership. So we would like to know what our panelists feel, if he's world class or not. So now, as usual, I have on my left here.
Yeah, Bora is always my name.
Yeah.
In spite of the finish of the leagues in various Europe, the Wahala in football never stop, and that's why we are here.
Exactly. And I also have here.
Yeah, I'm Mr. O2, and I'm here for the Wahala.
Yeah, the cap man. I'm gonna call you that, the cap man, always with the cap. So straight away, Harry Kane, 20 plus goals. Like always, among the players who score the highest in the season for the Premiership. So is he a world-class player? Generally, both in Premiership, in Europe, worldwide, is he a world-class player?
Yeah, definitely. He's a world-class player. I don't want anybody to dispute that, because Harry Kane have been a high goal scorer in the Premiership 3 times, and he has played in major league games, major European games like the Champions League. Likewise, the UEFA League. Likewise, he has represented England at the national level, and he has shown himself all this while. So definitely, Harry Kane is a world-class player, whichever way you look at it.
Mr. Otu, do you agree with him?
Capital no. There's no way you can say Harry Kane is a world-class player, given the fact that if you want to, the way world-class players are classified, I think you have to play for the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, the likes of the Juves of this world, the Inter Milans, the Liverpools, the Man U, the Man Cities.
You are saying until he plays for those teams before he can be seen as a world class.
For this, and you also need to play alongside, world class players like the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, and the Neymar, Mbappe, and the rest. But look at the caliber of players this guy has been playing with. They're playing with the likes of Lucas Moura, who was a total reject of PSG. He's playing with the likes of he played with the likes of Eriksen, who even after going to Inter, I think he could not even command the regular shirts. The Serge Aurier that plays from the right hand side of the defense. So that the kind of players he plays with, and he has not, to even crown it up, he has not even won a major trophy with Tottenham. So how can you classify such a player as world class?
You can't classify a player based on the carnival of teammates he played with. Individual ability, it's what we are talking about. Individual performances is what you should talk about. Winning trophy is a collective performance. But when you talk of a player winning highest goal scorer for a whole season, where you have the life of Aubameyang, you have the life of Salah, who has even won the World Footballer of the Year. You have been first 3 World Footballer of the Year. But you are not telling me until you play for so team. No, that shouldn't classify. See, the thing is that a world-class player should be chosen based on his criteria, the individual performance he has proven as far as it's concerned, and Harry Kane has done that. Even value-wise.
Excuse me, let me tell you something you don't know. Now, if you claim Harry Kane is very good, I think there's no doubt. I think a big club should have taken him by now. look at the world class. Okay, when even this boy in Dortmund, Haaland, you can see the way Dortmund, you can see the way big clubs are vying for his signature and all that. That is world class. You can still classify that one as a world class. He has even won a trophy in his first season with Dortmund and all that. Even they gave him the Bundesliga Player of the Year. So you can classify that one as a world class. And when I asked Mr. Boraye now that how many trophies has Harry Kane won as a footballer in his career so far, just he would now tell me nothing. So how can you now classify such a player as one?
You can't ask a single player how many trophies. Listen, when you are talking about a profile of a player, is what he contributes individually. Is what we now look and say, okay, this guy is what Messi and Ronaldo contribute individually. That's why they are saying they are world best. They are world best. It's not because their team wins trophy or not. Listen, the most important thing is this. You said Haaland now. You are using Haaland as an example. Haaland is an upcoming player. Dortmund cannot have the money to keep Haaland, but Tottenham has the money. Tottenham has the money to keep Kane. Kane, they have been paying Kane huge amount of money when it comes to wages. That's why Madrid have been coming for Kane for the past 3 years. Because
good enough. If it's good enough, they would have brought in all the finances to get him. Now let me still tell you that. Let me still tell you, in the history of football, the world class players that we've seen, they have traces, they have attachment with the UEFA Champions League. If you look at Ronaldo, he has that record of scoring the most goals in that competition. Messi too has scored a lot of goals in that competition. So most world-class players, they have this attachment with the UEFA Champions League. Now, if I now ask you that, how many goals has Harry Kane scored in the UEFA Champions League? How many games has he seen in the UEFA Champions League? He has not really, as in, I don't even his appearance is very, very minimal. So there's no way you can classify him as a world class.
Justify what you just said now. Harry Kane has been representing Tottenham at the Champions League. They were the finalists last 2 seasons. Are you getting it now? Harry Kane was also part of the team. Nobody is real. Euro 2018 and definitely the World Cup 2020. Harry Kane scored 6 goals at the World Cup in Russia 2018. Definitely he's part of the highest goal scorer at the World Cup, and you are not telling me he's not world class player. Don't dispute what we are saying here. Look, now you cannot tell me that as a world class player you cannot say grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Definitely you cannot tell me, oh, Harry Kane fall into grade 3 because silverware has not been part of him. But individually, Harry Kane has proven himself that if he went to a team like Madrid, a team like Barcelona, he's going to outshine anybody because he has shown himself individually. He has shown himself individually. He was the highest goal scorer at Euro 2018. And if you are saying value of a player, if an Harry Kane is going to be sold to any team now, my man, they will break bank now. They must break bank.
Okay, look at Mbappe. Look at the Haaland I mentioned earlier. You know that the age is by their side. You know that these guys are going somewhere. Even with the Mbappe at his age has won a lot of French championnat. He has even won the World Cup at that age. So there's no way you can see that world class characteristics inside of him. You can see that world class instead of him. But Harry Kane that you're calling a world class, how many, like I will continue to say, how many trophies has he won? If he's very good, you know the way these big clubs behave, they would have gone for him. They would have gone all out to get him.
But he's saying he has some contributions that he has in the team. You understand? It's not necessarily him having any laurels or having any trophy to his name, but it's his performance, his contribution to that team. You can see him scoring 20 goals in the team.
Okay.
Understand?
Let me make an illustration here.
Okay.
Eric Larsson was a record breaker at Celtic. In fact, there was a season that he scored over 50 goals in the league. But can you now classify him as a world class? No, because he plays for a team like Celtic. He plays for, though even Celtic even used to appear in the UEFA Champions League. but it is still not enough for you to classify him as a world class because he is not playing for one of the best teams in Europe. So for you to be classified as a world class, you have to play with one of the best teams in Europe, and you have to play alongside some of the best players in Europe.
The reason why reclassing wasn't justifiable because you can't take the Scottish Premiership. When you play for a 5 major leagues in Europe, France, Italy, and you score 50 goals, then definitely the whole world is going to look at you. Now, Harry Kane in England, which is part of these 5 leading leagues in the Europe, Harry Kane has justified himself. 2016 highest goal scorer, 2017 highest goal scorer, now 2021 highest goal scorer of this Premiership, where we have other quality players playing in this same league. Definitely you can't tell me that this guy has not justified himself individually, and he has been a captain. He's the captain of both the English national team and Tottenham also as a club.
The same Harry Kane that you're talking of, if he's playing in the Nigerian Premier League, and he has happened to score over, in fact every season he wins highest goal scorer, are you still going to classify him as a world class player? And if you will not, why?
Now you said I'll just give you an example that England is part of the 5 major leagues in Europe. So if you are scoring yearly and you are highest goal scorer in that league, then you'll be classified as a world class player, because English league is one of the best league in Europe. If you do that in Spain also, you'll be classified as a world class player. Now the only dispute that is there is that Harry Kane has not won a silverware at the club level. No, that is not, it's not individual, that is a collective this thing. Listen, when you are talking about a player, you just don't talk about the trophy, you talk about how many times he has become highest goal scorer, assist. Now we are talking about a player that is both assist, he won as an assist at the same time highest goal scorer. It's not just only to score goals, he also did the highest assist in this same year that we are talking about. And what else do you expect from an individual player?
If I have to analyze everything you are saying, Mr. Bora, I think I'll just conclude that what you are trying to say now is Harry Kane in Tottenham is a Tottenham world-class player. He's a Tottenham legend. To just Tottenham. He's a Tottenham legend. Every of his achievement is just Tottenham. But he is not. When you talk of coming out to the world to show the world what you can offer, I don't think he has done anything at that stage. I don't think he has done anything. But in Tottenham, they can always recognize him as a world-class player, as one of their greatest. If I may say, as one of their greatest, but not a world-class player.
Now, are you telling me that the Premiership can list Hall of Fame in the last 10 years without Harry Kane? England as a major league, now that okay, in the past 10 years now, you want to make list or reference of quality players in that league. Are you not going to fix? Okay, are we not talking about Tottenham in that issue? Definitely we are not talking about England as a whole. Now you are not going to mention just Tottenham, but you are going to say okay, players in Liverpool, players in Arsenal, players in Man U and all that, or even Kevin De Bruyne, that everybody is shouting you also part of the list, but you cannot remove the name of Harry Kane. Harry Kane eventually will be part of those who will represent England to Europe and say okay, Harry Kane is part of our world-class player.
What I'm saying, okay, fine, you just said it yourself that when you mention Hall of Fame in England, that Harry Kane will be there, fine, I accept. But thank God you said in England, but you're not saying in the world. Okay, in the past 10 years, if I ask you now to mention the best, the players that have been at top from the best players in the world in the last 10 years, who will you mention? Will Harry Kane be there?
No, you feel he won't be there?
No, it depends. It depends on the number of people you are looking for. If you said top 10, fine, it might not be there, because when you are talking about world class players, you have more than 30 as far as the whole world is concerned. Yes, you have more than 30, because you still have the life of Sadio Mane that fall into it. You have Salah. Even in England, you can pick more than 5. And if you go to Spain, if you get
Mane and Harry Kane, I will choose Mane, and I don't think you will dispute that. Mane can be considered as a world class above Harry Kane, and I have my reasons. He has won the UEFA Champions League. He has won the Premiership. He has won African Best.
Hold it there, hold
He
it
has,
there.
in fact, he has a whole lot of.
That will probably
Silverware
be a topic for
Under his
another
belt.
day, another time. Right now, what I just need from both of you is just your final words. Harry Kane, world class or not, your reasons why you chose your answer.
Harry Kane, like I said, I still maintain it that as a capital no, that he's still not. He has not gotten to the level of where people can consider him as a world class player. If he wants to be a world class player, let him play for the likes of Real Madrid, the Barcelonas of this
What
world.
if he wins the
And
cup?
let him play if he wins the cup. If he wins a major trophy, fine. We can start looking at.
Even with Tottenham, is okay.
If he wins a major trophy with Tottenham, like the UEFA Champions League, fine. We can start considering him that okay, fine. He's maybe as a world class player, or probably when he happens to play with some of the best and he achieves a lot, then we can start considering as a world class. But right now, as it is now, Harry Kane has still not gotten to that level of being considered as a world class player.
Okay.
Well, I would like to remind you that there are players that have been world class, but they never won the Champions League. Ibrahimovic is part of the players that we are talking about. Or are you going to tell me Ibrahimovic is not a world class player? You can't tell me Ibrahimovic is not a world class player, but he has not won the Champions League. Ronaldo da Lima never won the Champions League. Yes, he's a world class player. See, he doesn't have to say until you win a major trophy. What you showed individually will make people classify you to be a world class player. So definitely, even your value as a player. Now let's say, okay, when they put you to market, people are ready to pay what good on you that yes you are a world class player. So Harry Kane has shown himself as an individual player, 3 times highest goal scorer of the Premiership. Definitely is not a fluke. The guy is great and he's a world class player.
Yes, and that has been our topic for today. Is Harry Kane world class or not? Whatever your view is, just leave it in the comment section. Tell us what you think about Harry Kane. And if it's your first time, do subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can get notification whenever we upload a new content. Please do like this video as well and share it among your friends because you'll be doing us a great favor. One will really appreciate that. And if you feel you can join us, you want to be part of this crew to discuss football, just give us a message, send us a message and we'll contact you so you can be part of us whenever we're shooting new content, because we have lots of things to discuss in football, because in football, wahala, no they ever finish. So until next time, I'm still Noise the Voice.